Everything you have lived until today was not in vain. What if that pain that weighed so heavily on you was actually a bridge to what you always dreamed of? What if the universe has been quietly preparing an answer that exceeds all your expectations? A code is activated now. Dolores Cannon said, "When the soul is ready, the portal opens." And Taurus, yours just opened. But beware, not everyone will be able to follow you. What you will see in the next few days will mark your destiny forever. What if the pain you've carried like an invisible weight was never a punishment, but a preparation? What if every delay, every silence, every door that closed in your face was secretly clearing the path for something so vast, so divinely orchestrated that your human self couldn't yet comprehend it? Taurus, something sacred is unfolding beneath the surface of your reality. You may not see it yet with your eyes, but your soul already knows. That subtle pressure in your chest, that recent emotional wave that arrived without explanation, the dreams that feel more real than your waking life, these are not random. They are signals, activations, inner bells ringing because the moment has come. Taurus, before we continue, I invite you to take a step of faith and connection. Subscribe right now to this channel and write in the comments what your soul most longs to manifest in this moment. That simple act opens a portal of energy, amplifies the power of this message, and activates the vibration of your destiny. Don't let it pass you by. You are standing at the threshold of your next great chapter. But listen, this isn't just about a new phase. This is a divine initiation. One that comes only to those whose spirit has survived the storm. And Taurus, you have survived. You've walked through loneliness wrapped in silence. You've given love where it wasn't always returned. You've held space for others while your own heart longed for healing. And now the universe bows to your endurance. Over the next few days, especially as we enter October, you'll notice strange shifts. People who once mattered may begin to fade. Others, whom you barely noticed, will suddenly carry deep resonance. Your body will ask for rest, for water, for silence. Give it what it needs. Your energy is recalibrating because a cosmic download is arriving. And there's something else, a presence, gentle yet persistent, watching over you. For some of you, this is an ancestor whose voice you're beginning to hear again in your dreams. For others, it's a spiritual guide making themselves known through numbers, feathers, flickering lights. You are not alone. You never were. And now it's time to claim what is already yours. This path is not about proving your worth anymore. It's about remembering it. You are entering a timeline where alignment brings more than effort ever could. And the only requirement is that you stop betraying your soul for the comfort of others. Taurus, you don't have to be understood to be divinely guided. I honor every tear, for each one has carved the path to my divine breakthrough. Let this be your declaration. Let your soul write it into the ether with clarity and courage. The moment you do, the vibration shifts. And if this message resonated with you, leave your hype in this video. Every hype you send strengthens this energy, helps this sacred space grow, and expands the light toward others who are silently waiting for a sign. But Taurus, have you noticed the silence before something magnificent arrives? Not the kind of silence that comes from absence, but the charged electric stillness that vibrates before the lightning strikes. That's where you are now, suspended between chapters, between the version of you that had to fight for crumbs and the one who is about to feast at the table of divine alignment. You may feel it as exhaustion, as restlessness, as tears you can't explain. But they are not signs of weakness. They are the evidence that your soul is molting, shedding what no longer fits the frequency of where you're heading, because something or someone is coming, and it doesn't arrive into chaos. It lands in sacred space. That's why you've been urged to clean, to move, to delete old messages, to say no more often. Have you been feeling called to rearrange your home, to cut off certain people without guilt, to crave nature and silence like never before? That's your higher self preparing the landing strip. And yet, part of you resists, doesn't it? You want to believe, you want to trust, but there's still that inner voice whispering, what if it all falls apart again? What if I open my heart just to be abandoned once more? Taurus, that voice doesn't belong to the you of today. It's the echo of past wounds, of promises broken by those who didn't know how to love you fully, of childhood scars, karmic threads, old contracts you were never meant to carry this far. But here's the cosmic truth. The version of you that agreed to survive those patterns is not the one who will inherit the next chapter. You are being rewritten. Can you feel it in your bones? The fatigue that doesn't go away with sleep, the need to cry without knowing why, the waves of sudden joy or sorrow. These are not mood swings. These are soul upgrades. And as Saturn prepares to shift position this season, its karmic influence will shake your foundation, but not to destroy, to realign, to test your roots. Are they planted in truth, in self-worth, or in old fears and survival tactics? Taurus, you can no longer pretend, not in your job, not in your relationships, not with yourself. And the universe will echo your clarity with divine speed. In the coming days, you will see it. A truth will be revealed, a secret will surface, a person will return or be removed with finality. Will you resist or will you trust the unfolding? Because when the old tower collapses, the new temple begins to rise. You are the temple. You are the sanctuary you've been seeking. Tell me, Taurus, what if your greatest blessing is already woven into your timeline, but it needs your permission to fully arrive? What if abundance isn't about chasing, but about allowing? What if the deep love your heart has been silently craving is already walking toward you, but cannot enter while your door remains guarded by fear? This is not just another week. This is a season of soul-level invitations. Can you hear them? You'll feel them in moments of synchronicity, seeing the same number repeatedly, dreaming of someone you haven't thought of in years, hearing a song that stops you mid-thought because it echoes a forgotten version of yourself. These aren't coincidences. They are sacred taps on your shoulder asking, are you ready to receive what you once begged for, but now from a place of wholeness, not need? Taurus, you are not the same person who once accepted breadcrumbs because you were starving for connection. You are not the same heart that settled for almost because you feared being alone. Now you are learning the power of sacred pause, of emptying your hands so you can finally hold something that matches your worth. But I must be honest with you, the next step will require courage, because the universe cannot give you new blessings if you keep making altars for your old wounds. You will be asked to let go, to say goodbye to the version of you that thought survival was enough, to release the loyalty you gave to people who never truly saw your light. You may even feel grief, and that's okay. Grieving is not a sign you're going backward. It's a sacred sign you're finally releasing what your soul outgrew long ago. And here's the miracle. Once you truly let go, it rushes in. The offer, the message, the meeting, the shift. For some of you, this will come in the form of a career opportunity that feels so aligned it almost scares you. For others, it may be a sudden relocation or an unexpected reconnection with someone who mirrors your evolution. And for many, a love so gentle, so grounded, so honest, it feels like home because it speaks your frequency without needing translation. At this point in the message, I want to pause for a moment and remind you of something important. When you subscribe and leave your comment, it's not just a click, it's a decree to the universe. You write your truth and the cosmos responds. Do it now, Taurus, and allow abundance and clarity to reach you faster than you ever imagined. But Taurus, remember this, if it feels heavy, it's not for you. If it drains your peace, it's not aligned. If you have to chase it, it's not your divine match. Your energy no longer resonates with force. It moves with magnetic grace. You attract what is real when you stop entertaining what is familiar but false. So ask yourself now, who am I without the struggle? Who do I become when I stop carrying what was never mine? Can I forgive myself for every time I doubted my magic? Have you ever wondered why you feel everything so deeply, Taurus? Why, even in your silence, entire worlds seem to move through you? Why others come to you for stability, yet rarely offer you the same in return? It's not weakness. It's not just being too sensitive. It's your gift. Your frequency is ancient. Your energy is rooted in something far older than this lifetime. You are not here to play small. You are not here to live numb. You are here to feel, to ground, to remember. And now, you're being asked to reclaim the gifts you've hidden out of fear of being too much. Because the world is finally ready for your light. But here's the truth they don't tell you about healing. Sometimes, the most spiritual thing you can do is say no. No to being the emotional sponge. No to shrinking yourself to keep others comfortable. No to staying silent when your truth is roaring inside. You've been taught that peace means avoiding conflict, but Taurus, real peace is born from truth, and your soul is tired of pretending. In the quiet hours, you've felt it, that inner voice urging you to start over, to paint again, to move, to call that person, to finally take that leap, to stop betraying your own dreams just because you're afraid they might not work. Taurus, this isn't a test. It's a realignment. Your inner compass is pulling you back to your sacred path, the one that doesn't make logical sense but feels undeniably right. You may start remembering dreams from childhood. You may feel drawn to healing modalities, spiritual studies, or even ancient languages. You might cry more, but these are holy tears. They are unfreezing parts of you that you buried to survive. And the more you allow this thawing, the more your soul comes home to itself. There will be moments of doubt, resistance, even loneliness, because as you rise, some people will fall away, not because they're bad, but because they were only meant to walk with you to a certain gate. Beyond that, it's your turn. To walk boldly into your next initiation, to lead yourself, to become the kind of soul you once searched for in others. Taurus, your spirit has outgrown the cage, and nothing will feel safe until you step beyond the bars. Will you? Because when you do, when you say yes to your own truth without apology, the universe doesn't just respond, it rearranges reality to match your courage. Taurus, are you ready to remember why you came here? Because all of this, the pain, the delays, the moments when you doubted if the universe still saw you, they weren't punishments. They were preparations. You weren't being forgotten. You were being forged. In silence, the diamond forms. In pressure, the pearl is born. And in the waiting, you remembered how to believe again. And now, the gate opens. Not because you begged, but because you became the version of yourself that could finally hold what you've always asked for. Over the coming weeks, you will notice how timelines bend, how what once felt impossible now seems within reach, how people from your past may return, not to stay, but to witness your rise. You'll see clearer than ever who is meant to walk with you, and who was simply a mirror for your old lessons. Money may arrive through unexpected channels, support may come from the most unlikely places, and that opportunity you almost gave up on, it circles back this time, ready for you, because you're no longer the version who doubted. Now you are the one who declares. Now you understand that your value doesn't need to be proven, only embodied. And here comes the prophecy. In the final days of this season, a divine confirmation will reach you. It may be in the form of a dream, a phone call, a moment of overwhelming emotion under the October sky. When it comes, stop, close your eyes, whisper to yourself, I am the answered prayer, because you are. You always were. You were never waiting for the miracle. You are the miracle the world has been waiting for. And now it begins. The rising, the return, the divine becoming. You, Taurus, are the storm and the stillness, the fire and the bloom, the foundation and the revolution. So write this on your heart. Nothing real will ever require you to betray yourself, and nothing true will ever make you feel like you're too much. You are just enough to call in heaven itself, and heaven is already on its way. Dear Taurus, If this message resonated with you, don't keep it only in your heart. Subscribe and share your decree in the comments. Every word written strengthens this vibration of light and expands the blessing to others who also need to receive it. Do it now and feel how the universe is already answering you.